Hi everybody. This week we're going to hear about two men. Now one of them was a wise man and he built his house on a rock, and the other one was a foolish man and he built his house on sand. And in a minute you'll hear about what happened to the houses. But first of all we're going to try and paint these houses. And we can paint the sand and the rocks as well. If you don't have any paints, don't worry, you can use colouring pens or crayons, would work quite nicely as well. So first of all, what you need is a large piece of paper. I've got a book here, and it's got two halves, as you can see. So if you've got one large piece of paper, all you need to do is just draw a line down the middle so that you've got two separate pieces that you can draw on. And first of all, we're going to start doing the rocks. And as you can see, I've started painting my rocks on this side. And we'll make them nice and steady and straight to set a nice firm foundation for the house that the man builds. Okay, then on the other side we're going to paint some sand. Now I've got some brown paint here and we're going to make it look very sandy and not very level, because sand moves, doesn't it, when the wind blows it and the rain comes down. So there's some sand there. Okay, now next we're going to paint our houses. And the first man who built his house on the rock, he took a long time and he was very careful. So we're going to put the walls in. I've got some dark brown paint here. So we draw the walls of the house like that. Okay, and he took his time and he put a nice roof on the top, and then he put some tiles on the roof, and tiles stop any kind of water getting in or anything from leaking in through the ceiling. So he's got some nice tiles, and he took a long time to do this and he thought it through properly. Now then we got some windows, because he thought it would be nice to let some light into his house. So we'll paint 4 windows, and we'll put a front door in as well. Now you can paint your house whatever colour you like, and you can draw curtains in if you like, or people in through the windows that you can see. It's entirely up to you how you do your house, but we'll just leave that one there for now. And then we'll go to the other man. Now this man, he was in a rush. He didn't want to take any time at all to build his house. He just wanted to get it over and done with so that he could put his feet up and relax. And he literally just stuck some walls up, and he put a flat tin roof we'll have on the top. I reckon it was made of something like corrugated iron, so it was just not very secure. He just plopped it on the top, and he thought, oh, I better stick a window in so that I can see what I'm doing. So we'll give him a couple of windows. And then he thought, well, I can't get in my house because I've built it, and I need to knock a hole in it so that I can get in and out and put a door in. So he really hadn't thought this through at all. So we'll give him a door. There we are. Okay, and that was his house. And he built his house in about a third of the time that the other man took to build his. Now, then the next thing that happened is that it started raining. Now you can draw the rain. I've got some blue paint here. And the rain came down onto the house that was built on the rocks, and it landed on the ground in a puddle, and it was just landing nicely, and it started raining a bit heavier. You can draw some rain coming down like that on top of the house. There we are. But the house stayed nice and dry because he'd taken some time to do his roof properly. And then the wind blew. So we'll draw some wind. I'm going to draw it like circles of squally clouds so that it looks like wind. And it blew and it rained some more, and the water rose because it was raining so much. But the man who built his house on the rock, his house stood still, and it looked absolutely fine. No water got in through the front door, nothing came in through the roof, and he was as dry as a bone and really cozy inside his house. Now, the other man who built his house on the sand, this was a different matter. So the rain came down, and because he built it on the sand, it all soaked into the sand. You can see the rain soaking into the sand there. It all soaked in, and it made the sand move. And because the sand moved, it made the house move as well. It wasn't very steady. And then the rain came down on top of the house. You can draw all your raindrops. I've done big lines for my rain because it's like really heavy. And it came down. And then the wind blew. And we'll do some more of these clouds. The wind blowing. Oh, doesn't look very nice, does it? And the wind blew. And then the wind blew so hard, it blew the tin roof off. So there's his roof flying away. And the rain then came straight into the house. And because the rain was coming in through the ceiling and through the front door and underneath, it made it very unstable. So all it took was a bit more wind to come along, blow, whee, like that. And can you guess what happened next? The house crashed down to the ground in a big pile of rubble, and it wasn't there anymore. So there you go. You've got your house with the built on the rocks, which was nice and steady, and he stayed nice and dry inside his house. And the other one, look at it, it's not even there anymore. It's completely gone. So Jesus tells us this story to show us that if we can be like the wise man and take time and listen to the things that we should do right, then we will build our lives on firm foundations. And then when the storms come along, they won't hurt us and they won't give us problems. Whereas if we rush things and we don't listen, then you can see what happens to the foundations there, can't you? So now you can draw your two men. I'm going to put the wise man inside his house. There we are. We'll give him put him in there and give him a big smiley face because he's stayed nice and warm and cozy in his house. There we are. And the other one, he's not in his house because his house isn't there anymore. So we'll put him down here, and he's looking up and he's like, oh, what have I done? I've been so foolish. And he's got nowhere to live and he's not very happy. So we'll give him a big sad face. Sad face. There he is. He looks a bit like a ghost. Okay, so there we are. There's your picture. Hopefully you've been able to do a picture of your houses. And I hope you enjoyed the story this week. And I'll see you again next week. Take care. Bye.